When you innovate, sometimes things can go wrong. That's why some of the most famous companies today have failed products. Think of the Ford Edsel, the Segway, or the Blackbird. Well, in this video, we will look at the other side of innovation, looking at flying machines that when they were created, they were considered revolutionary. But sadly, they ended up becoming useless. Let's dive right in. No. 5. Hughes H-4 Hercules. The Hughes H-4 Hercules, nicknamed the Spruce Goose, is a plane like no other. You see, when it was built in 1947, it was made almost entirely of wood. This is because during World War II, there was a shortage of aluminum, and so the company thought that a wooden plane would be a perfect solution. The plane had a wingspan of 200 feet and a length of 63.5 feet. And it was the world's largest wooden plane, and also the largest aircraft in history. It flew only once, for less than 1 mile, and then it was canceled. Why? Mainly because it cost way too much, and it was just not practical. But what do you think? Would you get in this plane? Let me know in the comments. Number 4, Kalinin K-7. The K-7 was an enormous experimental bomber developed in the Soviet Union in the early 1930s. It had a range of 6,000 kilometers and could carry bombs weighing more than 3,000 kilograms. It was also the largest plane in the world at the time. Its huge size meant that it earned the nickname Flying Fortress. Sadly, during its first test flight, the left wing dropped and the plane crashed. The accident killed all 14 people on board, and the entire project was scrapped immediately. No. 3. McDonnell VZ-9 Goblin. During the 1940s, the U.S. was fighting World War II against Germany. And at the time, German bombers were wreaking havoc on American cities. So the United States military wanted a way to stop these bombers. At the time, most fighter jets could not match the speed of the German bombers. And so the United States decided that it needed a new kind of parasite fighter jet. The McDonnell F-85 Goblin was tiny, measuring only 26 feet long and weighing about 8,000 pounds. It was designed to be carried inside the B-29 Super Fortress bomber. When German bombers were detected, the pilot would leave the B, fire their guns, and then land back safely inside the B-29. Sounds great, right? Well, there was a problem. The plane could not be redocked with the mothership after landing. And so the United States canceled the project after only a few tests. Can you imagine being in a tiny jet like this? How would you feel flying above the clouds knowing that if something goes wrong, you might die? Dos. Abro Canada. VZ-9 After World War II, both the US and Canada started working on a very strange aircraft. They called it the It looked like a flying saucer and had a very unusual design. It was circular and measured 38 feet across and stood 13 feet tall. It weighed 25 tons. But the most interesting thing about it is that it could hover. Basically, it could keep its position in the air without moving forwards, backwards, or sideways. This is very similar to how a helicopter works. The idea behind this hovering was that the plane could spy on enemies without being seen. The US and Canada military spent millions of dollars on this project, but sadly, it never worked. It could only fly higher than 3 feet off the ground. And so the project was canceled in 1959. The Avrocar is now known as one of the weirdest planes ever made. And I bet you've never heard of it before. Number 1, Christmas bullet. In 1980, Dr. William Christmas built a plane which he believed was revolutionary. He called it the Christmas bullet. He believed it was going to change the future of aviation forever. So he decided to take it up for a spin. During the first test flight, however, the wings collapsed mid-air. The plane plummeted to the ground and exploded. Luckily, the pilot managed to bail out in time, but the plane was destroyed. It is now considered to be one of the worst planes ever made. Do you think it was the pilot's fault or the plane's fault? Either way, I don't think we will see any more flying bullets anytime soon. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed learning about these crazy planes. Now, here's what I want you to do. Take a moment to think about all the crazy ideas you've had over the years. Maybe you wanted to build a robot, or maybe you wanted to invent a new energy drink. What was your crazy idea? Let me know in the comments section below. I bet your idea is way better than these crazy planes. By the way, if you want to see another video just like this one, then check out this video. I'm sure you'll love it. But, as always, thanks for watching. Do you want to forget to subscribe if you haven't already so that you never miss out on any of our awesome videos. I'll see you next time.